Hello everyone, welcome back to the DevSecOps series. In today's video, we are discussing about end-to-end DevSecOps pipeline and we are implementing full stack application today's video. And we already completed DevSecOps 0 to Hero series, like episode 1 to episode 8. Whatever concepts I explained in today's video, I'm implementing as a full stack DevSecOps pipeline. Everything we are implementing with the GitHub Actions. And if you didn't watch the episode 1 to episode 8, I'm kindly recommending to go back to my YouTube channel and watch that videos and come back to the today's video. And whatever the concepts I explained in my first episode to the 8th episode, the all concepts I'm explaining here as a implementation steps as a end-to-end DevSecOps pipeline. And episode 9, I created a separate repository. This is my repository, and today's video I'm deploying as a food delivery application. There's a two platforms. One is users platform and second one is the admin platform. Admin platforms usually used for the hotels, like who has been delivering the food to the customers. The hotel managers, they will be upload their foods, and second application is the users will be access. They will order the food, and the whatever the food they will order, the notification will go to the hotel managers to the admin dashboard, and they will accept the order and they will send the order food. It's a full stack application. I will show you the admin dashboard and I will show you the users dashboard and the payment implementation also. I will show you the today's video. It's a full stack DevSecOps project, and the application name is Tomato. It's not Zomato, it's a Tomato application. I took this code in some different GitHub repository, and the front end, back end, and admin code I took some there and I copied to the my repository, and I implemented Kubernetes, securities, and Terraform code. At top of that code, I build everything. And today's video, I'm implementing this entire DevSecOps 0 to Hero implementation project. That's why it's took the too much of time to gather the all resources and to implementing for you. That's why usually it's almost like 1 month it's took the time. I'm very sorry. And okay, now I will show you the app and website. This is the users platform. This is the Tomato application. Like users home, this is the home page, and menu. Here the menu is not there, it's just a few things is there. Usually the menu is not there here. Okay, and like usually if in admin dashboard, this is the admin dashboard. You have to log in here and you have to add the items. Whatever you add the items, every item it will be shown in the users portal, and users will be order the food, and whatever the users will be ordered, everything it will come to the admin portal, and you have to accept the order, and you have to send the food to the through the delivery boys to the users. These are small applications, like usually the Swiggy, Instamart, and Swiggy, Zomato, how the platforms will be work. Same exactly this platform will work, and I will show you the payment implementation also. I had the payment API also I added, and everything I explained. First of all, I will explain the architecture and I will show you the implementation steps. This is the today's project architecture. Okay, total we have a two pipelines. First pipeline is entire infrastructure it is creating on the GitHub Actions, and second pipeline is the application. It will build the images and it will deploy the application in the Kubernetes clusters. There's a total two pipelines. First, I will talk about the pipeline one. The first pipeline, it will create the one Bastion server and it will create one Kubernetes cluster. In today's video, I am using the Kubernetes cluster is auto mode. It's not a normal Kubernetes cluster. It's a auto mode Kubernetes clusters. You are unable to see the nodes, how many nodes are running. You are unable to see because this is the auto mode Kubernetes cluster, because it's a cost optimization. That's why I use the auto mode, and everything it will managed on the Kubernetes only. entire AWS only, it will manage my auto mode cluster. That's why I choose for this project for the auto mode. And if you observed in my previous projects also, I 8 microservices project also I choose on the auto mode only. In today's project also, I'm choosing on the auto mode project. Okay. First, it will create one Bastion server, and it will create one Kubernetes cluster, and it will create certificate managers with AWS KMS and ECR repositories and IAM role, security groups, VPC, everything. It will create it on first pipeline. And second, we need to create manually as a Route 53. We need one domain. Otherwise, you are unable to do this project. If you don't have domain, I'm saying you just watch the project and don't do the hands-on lab, because without domain you are unable to implement this project. Okay, we have to create manually as a Route 53. Actually, we in the production, like every company, they will create Route 53 and certificate manager through the automation script with the CI/CD pipeline only. But in today's video, I'm creating the manually, and we need to create one certificate manager through the manually. Okay, and we need to create one S3 bucket on DynamoDB. S3 bucket, whatever the Terraform script we are running in the GitHub Actions, that stateful file through the backup purpose, we are creating one S3 bucket, and one on DynamoDB we are creating. Suppose why we are creating the DynamoDB means the same Terraform script we run the 2 times. At that time, the GitHub Actions, it will execute the 2 times, and it will create the infrastructure 2 times. Or if you use the DynamoDB, if you use the S3 bucket means it will create 2 times, and it will be isolating and infrastructure, it will be automatically failed. That's why we are using the DynamoDB. Here we are uploading Terraform lookup file. This lookup file, how it will work, if you run the Terraform script at 2 times GitHub Actions, first it will implement one, and after that it will implement the second one. That's why we are using the DynamoDB and S3 bucket. And whatever the data it is storing, suppose the users will be order the food, right? The food, it entirely it will stored on the DynamoDB database. The entire product we are using the one DynamoDB database, and that DynamoDB database we are using the public DynamoDB, and like Docker image we are creating. The Docker image we are implementing on the Kubernetes cluster, and that's production grade application only we are using. Production grade image only we are using. There is no need to tension anything. It's everything is a production. And this is a total 2 sites. My domain name is tajan.cfd, and tajan.cfd/API. If you hit, you are able to access the entire backend services. And admin.tajan.cfd, if you hit, you will able to access the admin dashboard. Okay, and we are creating the IAM role. In that IAM role, we are attaching with the OIDC in the GitHub Actions. It will communicating, and it will create the entire infrastructure. And this is the entire infrastructure. Okay, this is the only first pipeline. And the second pipeline, first it will scan our entire code base. If any securities is there and Gitleaks, it will be find it. This concepts we discussed on episode 4. That episode 4 on step 1, secret scanning. And second step is our code, it will scan it vulnerabilities, secrets, whatever things it is there in the code level, it will identify it, and it will show on the SonarQube dashboard. And some secrets I hide, because I need to show in the SonarQube dashboard how the secrets is finding and everything. That's why some secrets I ignored. That's why you are able to see some code secrets in the SonarQube dashboard also. These concepts we discussed on episode 3 and Trivy, and we discussed on the episode 3, and it's a dependency scanning and Docker build, and the container scanning we discussed. And Trivy scan, it will be first Trivy, it will scan the dependency scan, and second Trivy, it will scan our container image scanning. And Checkov, it's a our entire infrastructure, Terraform code or Kubernetes files entirely, it will scan. Any leaks or any misconfigurations is there, it will identify it, and it will give the detailed report. And after that, it will push to that image through the OIDC support. It will push to the Amazon ECR repository. We are not using the any AWS secret key and access key. We are using the OIDC. The OIDC, it will be send that images to the ECR repository. And finally, with the help of OIDC, we are connecting the Bastion server, and that Bastion server, we are deploying the entire application in the Kubernetes cluster. There is a no manual work. If you click one click, it will deploy it. And after deployment, it will batch scan. It will scan entire dashed live application. It will scan, and once it will done, and the Folco runtime securities, if still any securities is there, it will identify. These all are the terminals. Like Folco, you'll able to see in the terminal, or you can access the UI also. And dashed scanning, it's entirely terminal. You will able to see on each and every details on the GitHub Action terminals. Okay, this entire 10 steps. Okay, and we are using the Strike API. The Strike API means it is a payment API. Suppose if users will be order the food, and they will choose the credit card option or bank, phone pay, Google Pay, whatever they choose, and they will send the amount, right? The amount, whatever you're sending, that whole amount, it will be using the Strike API. It will using the Strike API. It will send to the admins, like who has been the hotel members. There will be send the amount. First, the amount, it will go to the Strike API, and the Strike API, it will send to the particular users. Otherwise, you can use this purpose also. Like whatever the amount you are sending, it will be storing as a bank in the Strike API. You can withdraw the amount. This is the API. This API is a free API, and we are not paying the any amount. We are just showing the how the amount will be transaction to the admin dashboard, users dashboard to the admin dashboard. The transaction, we are just showing like how we can add the credit card, how we can that credit card will be secured, how the credit card will be storing in the DynamoDB, and how the secrets will be handling the secret manager, everything. We are using everything. And one thing I am telling to you, the DynamoDB admin passwords, everything is a public repository I'm using, right? I'm not using any AWS DynamoDB. I'm using the public DynamoDB database I'm using for this project. And that all secrets I hard coded in the Terraform script. It If you run the Terraform script, it automatically the secrets will be stored on the AWS secret manager only. Because why I hard coded means every time, if I didn't hard coded, if I directly I run the manually, if other members they are using my same repository at that time, maybe there will be use the confusion, and they will unable to deploy the project. That's why the DynamoDB part I hard coded, and some of the secrets I hard coded, and I will show you the what secrets I hard coded and everything, and I will able to explain whenever I am explaining at the time. I will show you. Okay, okay. And first pipeline, we have to execute on the Terraform infrastructure. Before creating the infrastructure, we need to create one S3 bucket. Go for the S3 bucket. Okay, for this project, you have to choose Mumbai region, because my entire code on Mumbai region. Please choose your Mumbai region while you are creating the S3 bucket. The S3 bucket and DynamoDB and Certificate Manager and Route 53 is entire services, right? You no need to choose. But whenever you're creating the S3 bucket, whenever you're creating the DynamoDB, whenever you're creating the Route 50, Certificate Manager, at that time, choose the region. After that, only you have to create. By default, if you created means it will not communicating to some different repository, a different region, and at that time your pipeline will be failed. That's why choose Mumbai region. And I already created food delivery app. This is my S3 bucket name, food delivery Terraform state file 000. This is my bucket. Okay, I'm just showing how I created. Choose the general purpose, and here my bucket name, and choose a skill, disable or block all public access, enable, because this bucket is public, or if you want to choose disable also, you can choose. At the time this bucket is private. Okay, and just create it. It's created. Okay, and next go for the DynamoDB. I already created the table, but I will show you how I created the table because long back I created while I'm doing the practice how this project is working or not. At the time I created, just create a table. Just uh, any table name you can choose. I am choosing this my table name. Okay, choose lock ID, type lock ID. Don't worry, this all steps I given in my GitHub repository. While you are practicing at that time, it's helpful for the documentation. Okay, the lock ID and leave it as a default and just create a table. Okay, the table is created. Okay, and next we need to create OIDC like OpenID Connect identity provider in IAM role. If you didn't watch the Vault video, please go watch that video. That episode number 7, I discussed about the Vault and OIDC OpenID Connect. Please watch that video because every company they are using the OpenID Connect or Vault will create through the infrastructure creation. That's why if you are fresher or if you are didn't worked on the any infrastructure level, please I'm kindly recommending please go and watch that video. IAM role identity provider. Okay, this is my token. I'm using for many projects the same token only. Just add a provider. Choose the same name. Okay, see whatever the steps I am explaining, the all steps in deployment DevSecOps.md file is there. See all steps I given here, but some of steps I given, some of steps I didn't given, but because this is the automation scripts, some of scripts I didn't given. But please watch that video, you will able to understood. See, this is the token action GitHub username. Okay, and just s- click OpenID Connect and provide what token provider URL, copy STS Amazon AWS.com and add a provider. It will create one OpenID Connect. Okay, and here you need to create one IAM role. I created an IAM role, but I will delete this IAM role, but I will recreate one IAM role. Okay, especially I will create one IAM role, create a role, choose web identity, choose token. Okay, here give your organization, GitHub organization name. My organization name is Armula H1. I'm just copying this one. Okay, and leave it as a default. And later on, we can change that trusted policy. Just click give your administration access because all services it will access the OpenID Connect. It will access on particular repository. Whatever the request is coming on this repository, and this repository on through the request only it will access the AWS. Click next. Choose food delivery GitHub Actions. This is my name. In your case, you can choose your own name also. Create a role. The role is created. Choose this role. Open this role. Click trusted and edit the trusted policy. Here we need to edit, copy this trusted policy. The entire trusted policy is same, but here you need to change. Just remove this entirely because this is duplicated is there. That's why you remove here and just copy here. Copy this only one line. Remaining everything is same. Now I will explain this code. What you need to do. Changes. First one is give your account ID. At your time you are changing only this line, right? You can leave it this entirely. Okay, in this line here, give your organization name. Organization name means this Armula Yashwant name. This is my username, and your username you need to change here. And next, your repository name. If you fork the my repository, you don't need to change anything. If you watched my episode 7, you will able to easily understood. We are watching that the first time in this my project. At that time, you will able to confuse. That's why I'm telling one more time. Give your username, give your food delivery, your repository name, whatever your code is there, this code. This entire line it's telling in this particular user, GitHub user, in this particular repository, if any request is coming at that time only, this IAM role will be create the AWS secret key and access key. If the other user, suppose another user or same user on different repository, the request will come, it will unable to accept. This is the thing it is telling. Okay, and you don't need to do anything here. Just you need to change username, GitHub name, and account ID. Just update the policy. Okay, these three things if you done, and next thing you have to go for the route 53. I'm using my two domains. In the two domains, I'm using tagent.cfd. This is the domain I'm using. This domain for my all projects I'm using same thing. Okay, I will show you how to create the route 53. Create a route 53. Choose any domain. Any domain you can choose. Like whatever you domain you buy, that same domain name you have type here. Public hosted zone, and create a hosted zone. After that, open your domain and tangent type ns, and this four routes traffics it will come. You need to wherever you buy the domain, at there you have to edit and you need to update here. Suppose in my case I buy it in hostinger. I will show you where I edited. If you didn't buy any domain, please buy the domain here. Because why I'm explaining with detail means if you people are confused at the time deployment, that's why. Go for the domains. This is my domain. Just here, edit, change the namespaces. You can update the namespaces here. Okay. And after 5 to 10 minutes, your domain will be verified and it will done. Okay. Once it will done, and now you need to create one certificate manager. That's why go to the certificate manager. Go to the certificate manager and choose the region, because this certificate manager you just creating our bastion server, it will pull this certificate url and it will update in our code. That's why choose the region. If you create a different region means at that time it unable to pull the code, and at that time you are unable to uh, the bastion server unable to create the load balancer. At that time you are unable to access the application. Internally you can access, but externally you are unable to access. That's why choose the same region. Just request for certificate, request for the public certificate, and here choose your domain. Suppose my domain name is s.cfd, and add another name for the certificate. Here you need to add for the only the star certificate, star dot s not cfd. This means all subdomains it will access. In our case, we are using the admin.cf, tagen.cfd. Tagen.cfd is my domain. Admin is subdomain. That's why if you given the star means in the admin dashboard also you will able to access the HTTPS certificate request. Okay, and no need to do anything. Just request, and after that it will open this one. You just create root tables. It automatically it will accept, and sometimes it will create the root tables automatically in CNAME in the root 53, and sometimes it will not create also. If not create also, no problem. It will automatically pull these images automatically. The CNAME, this CNAME, this CNAME, it will automatically pull the Bastion server. It automatically it will update it. Okay, and only have to do these few things. And after that, now we need to go to the GitHub Actions. Go to the settings, secrets and variables, actions. Go for the variables. In the variables, you need to create four variables. First variable is app URL. See, I given here whatever the details here. Okay, just app URL. You need to give your domain name. If you given here your domain name, the Bastion server it will pull this your domain and it automatically it update in the Kubernetes cluster. You will able to access your domain directly. Okay, and give your account ID name. Sorry, any account ID. Go here, copy this account ID, and just update here. Okay, and next region AP South one. Entire infrastructure it will create on the infrastructure in AP South Mumbai region. If you changed here AP South one to the any region East one or AP West one any region, if you change the entire infrastructure it will create in that region. At that time you need to change your S3 bucket name also, S3 bucket region also, certificate region also, and DynamoDB region also. That's why if you didn't change here at the time you don't need to change it there also whenever creating at the certificate or S3 bucket or DynamoDB. And AWS role ANR, this role whatever you created here, this same role just copy here and update here. Okay, and TF lookup table means here you need to give your DynamoDB table name. Okay, and TF state bucket, here you need to give your S3 bucket name. Just this six IDs, six variables you need to give. And see here, AWS role ANR, we are giving public, right? Like it's a variable. Everyone able to access this one. Even my ANR also, everyone who are watching this video, they are watching. If you seen also, if they're leaked also, there is no issue because whatever the request is coming on this particular repository, only whatever the request, like if I run the GitHub Actions, it will communicating with my Bastion server, it communicating with my AWS, right? Whatever the request it is coming there, it will only accept. If coming on different repository on different username also, it will unable to send the request. Suppose you can create the same repository name also, but you are unable to create the same username, right? Sorry, I forgot it. Okay, the repository name you can create the same, but username you are unable to create the same, right? That's why you are safe. Okay, now after variable everything done, now I will explain the GitHub Actions code and we will run the pipeline. I think first I need to explain the Terraform code. Okay, first here in the S3 bucket we created, right, this S3 bucket. Here it will create one production file. In the production file, Terraform state file it will create. If you are number of times if you run the Terraform file also, it will same file only, it will update it. Okay, the same thing it is telling here in the Terraform backend S3 S3 And key, it will create one production folder. In this production folder, Terraform state file it will create, and this encrypted true. Okay. And next, I will be explain on provider block. Provider block Terraform. The version is 1.5.0. This is the latest version, and the AWS source from the Ashikop slash AWS means in the Ashikop AWS, it will take that version and it will create the entire infrastructure, and TLS and Ashikop TLS and version is 4.0. And AWS provider region where dot AWS region. The variables I given the region, it will create the infrastructure there. Okay. And tag the environment where dot environment and managed by the Terraform, and project name is food delivery. Now I will explain the variable file. Okay. This is my region. And so in GitHub Actions, I given the AP South one, right? If there I changed at that time, the pipeline will be failed, because in the variable also I given the AP South one, right? It will be miscommunication and it will fail. At that time, here also you need to change the AP South one to whatever your region you need to create the infrastructure. Here also you need to change that GitHub Actions region. It will be pull the GitHub Action server. This default AP South one means it will create the infrastructure with match with the both GitHub Actions and this code level. Okay, the environment is the production environment, and GitHub OIDC organization means this is my Ormula Ashwant. This is my organization name. It's a username, and GitHub repo. It's a food delivery name. You don't need to change anything here. If you didn't change here also, no problem. It will be take my name randomly. That's the no problem. Okay, here also if you didn't change also no problem. It's just a default purpose I just added here. And cluster name. My cluster name is food delivery cluster. You don't need to change the cluster name. If you change here, there's an entire code. You need to change too many things there, because that's why you don't need to change here. Same cluster name only you can use. And the cluster name is 1.3.1, and currently it is running 1.3.3, 1.32 and 33. Three versions is running, and this is n minus 2 version I am using. The latest version is 1.33, but I am using n minus 2 version. That's why 1.31 version, and this is the safest model, safest version, and that's why I'm using this version. Okay, this is my Bastion server. I'm creating 3.3 medium. Okay, and this Bastion server, it will create only SonarQube, and it will access the Bastion server to the our Kubernetes cluster is a EKS auto mode. Whatever you have to communicating with the Kubernetes API, you need to communicating with only the Bastion servers, because this Bastion server only it will public, and you are unable to uh, access in outside also, because this Bastion server you are inside the AWS only you need to access, because there is a no SSH key. I didn't created any SSH key. If you create any SSH key, you are able to access in the outside, but you are inside the everything you have to access, but you have to use the SSM only. SSM connect only you need to connect, or normal connect also it will work. And next VPC, and my VPC name is food delivery VPC. I didn't added this food delivery VPC name in the variable, and that's why I directly created it. And CIDR block 10.0.0.0.16. This is my block ID, and enable the DNS host name is true, and enable DNS support also I enable the true, and it's a production. I'm creating the public subnets. Two public subnets. It will access the ingress control from the load balancers, and this two is the public. Okay, and this VPC availability zones and tag names. In this tag names is using these tag names only, it will communicating with the Kubernetes cluster to the VPC and everything. And I'm creating one private subnet, and it will for only EKS worker nodes. This every our Kubernetes worker nodes are private, and you are unable to see these worker nodes inside your cluster only. You'll able to act how many nodes will be created, everything you are able to see on the using the commands only. Okay, next ingress controller I am creating. Sorry, internet gateway I am creating. An elastic IP for the internet gateway I'm creating. An internet gateway I'm allowing the public subnets to reach the entire internet. That's why I'm creating. And root table, and root table I'm giving the full access, full block, like 0.0.0.0 that's a full block I'm giving. And root table for the private subnets, it's the same, allocating the public subnets and public subnets root tables, like here count.index. It's a private. Everything is private. I'm just creating only two public subnets and two private subnets. The two public subnets for the load balancers and the Bastion servers. To the load balancer only, if I given the public load balancers, you are able to access to the root 53 and you can come access the applications. And the Bastion server, you need to access the Kubernetes cluster, right? That's why I am giving the public subnets. And the private subnets, everything for the Kubernetes, your entire Kubernetes pods and your entire Kubernetes cluster and your Kubernetes nodes, everything is private, and there is a no public option there in the Kubernetes cluster. Okay, the internet gateway means internet, we need to whatever I'm creating the public subnets, we need some internet support, right? That's why I'm creating the internet gateway. And NAT gateway, internet, we are giving the public access for the, suppose the internet access, we are giving the public supports, public repositories, we are giving the, I will explain here, you will able to understood here. See, for public subnets, for the internet access, we are giving the internet access. That's why we are creating the internet gateway. For private subnets, here also we need internet support, right? That's why here we are creating the NAT gateway. Through the NAT gateway, the internet support is coming to the private subnets through the communicating with the Kubernetes clusters. Okay, elastic IP, it's a static IP for the Bastion server. That's why we're creating the elastic IP. Now you got the clear, right? Now I will explain the Kubernetes code, EKS. Okay, first I am creating the IAM role. See, we created that OpenID connect, right? This OpenID connect we added in the GitHub Actions. And this OpenID connect we attached the IAM role. And this IAM role only, whenever I run this Terraform script, at that time, whatever the roles, see, Amazon EKS, Amazon cluster policy, Amazon EKS computer policy, Amazon network policies, Amazon EBS policies, Amazon EKS load balancer policies, whatever the policies is there, no, these all policies here, it will attach automatically. It will edit this IAM role and it will attach here. Whenever you are destroying, at that time, automatically this all policies, it will be deleted. Okay. And I'm giving the securities for the Kubernetes clusters, like 443 is a HTTPS services through access the certificate manager through the load balancer. That's why I'm giving that API service from the 443. And Ingress, I'm giving the 0.0.0. It's a, for the all ports, like it's a protocol is -1 I'm giving. And the tag name is food delivery EKS SG security group. And with the securities, I'm giving the encrypted KMS keys. Okay, it's a 7 days. It's not, it will deleting it 7 days. Whatever the KMS I created, no, it will take the 7 days. And the rotation, it will be every 7 days, it automatically rotates. And if you delete it also, it until the 7 days, 7 days, it will not able to delete also. That's the KMS power. And the EKS cluster is auto mode. There's a no nodes will be unable to access that, everything only one cluster only to create. In this one cluster, if you connect the Bastion server, you will able to kubectl get pods or kubectl get nodes. If you run means, at the time only you will able to see the all nodes. You are unable to see this nodes is created or not in the UI also. This is the versions and everything. And authentication mode, I'm giving API config.map. This is the authentication. Okay, or Kubernetes clusters, we need to access the Bastion server. Right? That's where access config here, API and config.map, and config.maps details is the endpoint public access true and endpoint private access true. Okay, this is auto mode 2 and network policy and storage. We are using the EBS CI drives. Okay, and encrypted our secrets through the KMS and audit logs. These all are the audit logs like EKS cluster policy, EKS cluster resources, EKS VPC resources, EKS computer policies and network policies, block storages, load balancers, everything it will audit, and it will be dependent. It means once it will create it only, and second one it will trigger, and third one it will trigger, and fourth one triggered. In one by one it will create, and one by one it will delete, and it will enable, and it will able to access, and it will enable to audit the logs, everything. It will one by one API logs, API audit, and audit logs, control manager logs, scheduler audits, everything, autoscaler audits, everything. It will one by one it will create, and one by one it will be able to access. And this IAM role for the auto mode, and it will communicating with the AWS EC2 instance. Here I given the Amazon EKS worker node, because if you want to access Bastion server to the Kubernetes cluster API, means you need to allow these policies, and these policies it will attach to the AWS EC2 IAM role. That IAM role it will attach to the AWS EC2 Bastion servers. Okay, EKS clusters allowing these entire policies. See here given the EKS cluster admin policy I given. This policy it will attach to the EKS clusters and Bastion server. And this is the OpenID. In this OpenID only, see, this is my IAM role. See, this is the my IAM role. That's why try to create the same IAM role. If you change the IAM role at that time, you need to change the IAM role in the GitHub Actions. In the GitHub Actions, here you need to change the IAM role. And second thing is, you need to change in the code level also. Here you need to change the IAM role. If you didn't change the IAM role, whenever the Terraform script it will running at that time, it will not identify this name, and it will not create the roles, and it will not able to attach this IAM role. See, whatever we are doing, right? We are created the OpenID connect, right? In this OpenID connect, it will editing this. It will edit this OpenID connect. In this OpenID connect, it will attaching this all policies, easier policies, easier everything, easier pull images, easier update images, everything is easier descript images, everything. It will list the images, everything, all easier, because in the OpenID connect only we are pushing that images to the easier repository, right? That's why it will creating one easier policy, and this easier policy it will attaching to this particular IAM role. That's why I'm created this IAM role, and here I given the detailed steps also in the readme file. That's why whenever you're creating the IAM role, try to create my same IAM role. Or if you want to create different IAM role at that time, in the Terraform OIDC.tf file, here also you need to update your IAM role. Okay, this is the manual step you need to do. Otherwise, your pipeline will be failed. That's why please understood this concepts whenever I am explaining the code at the time. Some of the things you need to do the manual things. The first thing is you need to update IAM role. If you created with the same name at that time, no need to tension. It will run the entire script. If you change the name at the time, you need to change here also. Okay, and it will create one policy. That policy name, somewhere I mentioned the easy. Yeah, wait, somewhere. Yeah, GitHub Actions easier. This is the policy name. It will create one policy, and it will attach that policy here. Okay, and second EKS policy. EKS access for the deployment, because in the GitHub Actions only, right? It will automatically, like once the GitHub Actions will run, automatically it will deploy the application in the Kubernetes cluster. At that time, you need to give the access for the EKS cluster also. That's why it will create one GitHub Actions EKS. Here I'm giving the all access, like get secrets. It will automatically pull this access. Okay, first one I given the EKS clusters is a list clusters, and the cluster is there or not. There's the EKS cluster policy I'm giving. And next policy, the Terraform will be create the secret manager, and that secrets, it will be pull that secrets and it will deploy the application in the Kubernetes cluster. At that time, you need to give the access from the secret manager. If you're not given the access, it will unable to pull that secrets, your pipeline will be failed. That's why I given the read pipeline secrets. GitHub Action secrets. It will create one pipeline, and this pipeline, whenever they run the pipeline, at the time, this policy, it will pull the secrets to the OpenID connect. The same OpenID connect only, here it will create this same OpenID connect. We are attached on the GitHub Actions, and this GitHub Actions will run the pipeline. At that time, it will be execute this pipeline. It will able to deploy the application. You pull the applications, it will deploy the applications. Okay. And next, the certificate manager. I'm list certifications and the certificate is there or not. Describe certifications. Two policies I'm giving. Here we created the certificate manager, and this certificate manager C names we are unable to create at that time in the root 53. If you create or not created, the no problem. If you needn't create it, means at the time this certificates, it will pull that certificate name on ECR. Sorry, it will pull that to the AWS EC2, and this pull that image, it will update it to the your Ingress file. When your Ingress file it will update, at that time it will create the load balancer through that certificate manager, and it will create that load balancer. That load balancer we are able to attach to the manually in the A record in the root 53. At that time you will able to access the HTTPS. That's why this is the manual step. Sorry, manual step, you need to create a root account A record in the root 53. Okay, it will pull these secrets. It will pull the secrets and it will pull the certificate manager through the Bastion server. It is OpenID Connect. These are four policies we are creating. And next, the secrets. This is the I hard coded, and this hard coded also, that secrets it will be identified. That's why whatever the I hard coded, that lines I ignored. See, I hard coded the DynamoDB URL. This DynamoDB URL admin passwords, the database passwords, everything I hard coded. And JW token we need to create, and the secret key also we need to create. The change name we need to change here, and you need to update in the, and this is the life cycle. If you create now and you now if you delete it, means automatically it will delete, because like while you are practicing at the time you are continuously creating the pipe Terraform infrastructure and continuously deleting their infrastructure. That's why usually the certificate manager is 7 days. After 7 days only it will recreate the same name. But here I ignore that one. The lifecycle management you can recreate every anytime. The SonarQube, uh, here we need to give the SonarQube token. The IP address, it automatically update the Bastion server IP address. And here you need to give the token ID. And here the database credentials. This all database credentials I hard coded. This is the database host name, database food your username, and this is the password and database name, and this is the port number. Usually I hard coded. In the production we are using the AWS DynamoDB or Postgres or RDS we are using, right? That's why we are unable to hard code it. But here I hard coded, and these lines I ignored on the Gitleaks. And next, same here, this it will pull these secrets for the OIDC. Suppose when you merge the peer, at the time every time your pipeline will be run, and it will identify your code secrets. At that time it will pull this OIDC your secrets. Same thing, this is the SonarQube token and SonarQube host name, and this SonarQube host name and this SonarQube token, this is for the Bastion server. It will pull, but this is the GitHub action pipeline for the deployment application in the Kubernetes. For these secrets, every time if you like, if any developer has create the PR request, and developers will admins will be read the code and approve the PR, and they will merge it at the time. At that time it will be scan your entire code and it will check any secrets is there or not. And if you raise the peer also, at that time also it will triggered through the SonarQube and it will identify everything. And if any issues is there, the peer will be not create and peer will be not merged. Okay, these the secrets and I hard coded, and this ignore file it will be stopped before the ECR repository also. Okay, this ECR repository also is the immutable. I'm total creating the three repositories. First repository is a food delivery backend, and second food delivery frontend, and food delivery admin. There's a total three repositories I'm creating, and this encryption type is AES 256 for the three repositories. And after scanning, like this repositories will be scanned once if you push the images to the ECR, and it automatically scanning option also is there. It will scan it, and if any vulnerabilities is there at the time also it will able to see at the time. And life cycle policy is only 1 day, and count is 10 times. And I allowed once you created the repositories and you updated the you pushed some images, and when you deleting the entire infrastructure at that time, if images is there or not, it will not think like that. If images is there or means automatically it will destroy it. Forcefully it will destroy it. See, forcefully it will destroy it. If you if I committed this one means in our ECR repository, if you pull any images at the time it will be failed this one because the images is there, that's why we are unable to delete. If you add this one, if images is there or not, it will not think, it automatically delete. And coming to the tag immutable means every time every build name will come. Suppose if my build number is 48, the build number is 48, a tag number is 48. If build number is 49 50 means next number is 50, tag name 50, like that it will come is immutable. I hope you understood the entire Terraform script, and now I'll show you the some. I ignored some things. See, .gitleaks file here. I ignored some. See here, the dynamo details I hard coded in the code. That's why I ignored. If we if I removed, if I committed this one means if I run my Terraform script at that time, the Terraform file it will be failed because I hard coded some details. That's why it hard. See, tag name is database and MongoDB. I hard coded everything, and some payment details also I hard coded like the strike API keys also we are directly hard coded in the secret manager. At that time it will, that's why the entire this entire whatever I mentioned here everything is in the secret managers only. Usually in the secret managers we are creating different repository and different Terraform script and we will execute that one. And secrets we are able to update in manually, and there's no automation scripts. Okay, that's why here I update automatically. See here ID JWT, this ID also created. Usually the secret managers it will create only the name only inside the secrets and variables and everything we need to create. But here the secret variable name and secret both are hard coded, that's why I ignored everything, the rules, the three rules. Okay, see here change JWT, see change change me JWT token JWT secret everything I hard coded. That's why Gitleaks unable to find this secrets. Okay, and second that Trivy ignored also I hard coded few things because I need to show you how it will passing everything. Because if I didn't hard code it means in the SonarQube dashboard you will able to unable to see any data. Because this code is I copied in the ChatGPT. Sorry, this code is I copied through the some uh, some unknown repository. There's a multiple vulnerabilities is there, and I updated almost, and some of vulnerabilities is there, and there's no time to update that one. That's why I didn't update it, and that's why I ignored this Trivy ignored. There's a Trivy ignored and GitHub ignored, and this is the pre-commit hooks, and this is the pre-commit hooks, and whatever the secrets I am pushing the GitHub, it automatically it identified, and it will automatically um, if find the issues means it automatically fail the pipeline. Okay, pre-commit hooks, and the same whatever the concepts I explained in the Git and IAC and container securities only. Okay, and next any yeah, the SonarQube. Okay, the SonarQube, it will create one food delivery folder, and this food delivery folder version is 1.0.0. This is the version, and if you create the second version is 1.0.2, you need to do and manually you need to update here. Okay, and this is the directory Frontend, backend slash src is that there is a code is there, it will scan that one, and admin slash src there's a admin code is there, and the backend code is there. It updated slash modules directory build test.js spc.js images, it got updated. The images means, you know, uh, I am giving some random in the database, I am uploading some images, and that images, when if I deploy the application, at that time you will able to see some orders, some items, food items you will able to see in the UI. That's why I uploaded some images in the GitHub. It will check that one. If any availability is there, you will able to access it one, and JavaScript everything, and encoded UTF-8 I'm using. Okay, I hope you understood entire Terraform script. Now we will execute this Terraform script. Okay, and the Terraform, I will explain this code. Okay, my name is EKS Terraform, and this is some of the runs. See, if the PR is created at that time, it will automatically it will create the our entire infrastructure, and it automatically applied, and automatically it will create entire infrastructure. And the pull request through are unable to delete, and it will delete whenever if you remove the some code in the Terraform code, it automatically will PR request, it automatically delete the entire infrastructure or destroy the entire infrastructure, or whatever your code is removed at entirely infrastructure, it will be delete, and plan apply and destroy. Usually we will follow in the production. And I added the manual also. You can create manually also infrastructure, and you can manually also you can delete the infrastructure. And this is the workbench dispatch. Okay, and slash Terraform system. Terraform slash entire whatever the code is, everything is there, it automatically create in the .env file also. See, I given some randomly whatever things you need to mention there. Okay, sorry, I think I'm choose some wrong folder. Yeah, this is all Terraform code, and .github workflows and Terraform infra YAML file. This is the YAML script. See, this is the YAML script. It will execute automatically if PR request automatically. Okay. Okay, you have to choose plan, apply, destroy in the manually. If you choose the manually means it will entirely it will plan everything, and apply means entire infrastructure it will create using the OpenID connect, and destroy means it automatically it will destroy. And if you want to destroy means at the time you need to choose yes or no. If you choose yes means it will delete entire infrastructure. If you choose the no means it will not destroy everything, your pipeline will be automatically it will fail. Okay, and the permissions is read write only, the pull request is right. Okay, now environment variables, and Terraform automation is true, and Terraform input false, and the working directory is Terraform, and the Terraform state file it will create on the production slash Terraform dot state file. It will in S3 bucket it will create Terraform file, and it will create this file. Whenever you create the pull request, automatically this pipeline will run automatically. It will git checkout or and repository, and it will set up the Terraform. And using the OpenID connect, it will create your AWS secret key and access key on AWS account, and it will hide. It will unable to see that AWS access key and secret key access also. And you mentioned the AWS region in the variable GitHub variables, and it will take that variable, and it will check your entire Terraform code format. The format is entirely it is uh, correct or not. If it is correct means it will perform this step. Otherwise, it will, if any misconfigurations or if mismatching that format means it will fail the pipeline, and again you need to update and you can recreate the entire pull request. Okay, and Terraform init, and first it will check that S3 bucket, and the variable a t of state bucket we already mentioned, and t of key state key also it will check the bucket configurations and region and encrypted true and DynamoDB, the four things it will check. And if it is everything is created means it Terraform init it will create and validate and Terraform apply. This will only execute these four commands only. First, the entire code it will clone everything, and AWS secret can access it will create and with the region and Terraform format and Terraform init and Terraform validate and Terraform plan. Whenever a pull request is created and it will not deployed, it will just check thing. And whenever manually push the code at that time it will apply and it will destroy everything. See, Terraform format and AWS secret can access key it will create, and this is the destroyment comments. If you type this, it automatically destroyed. If you type no, it will not destroy it. And if you click apply, it will check the Terraform format and Terraform init and Terraform validate and Terraform plan and Terraform apply, and it will apply some. It will create external secret operators, and the script I created on the script folder is there. I will show you the script, and it will create once Terraform apply it will done means, and it will create entire infrastructure. After infrastructure it's done, it will run the script on the Bastion server. If Bastion server will run means automatically it will execute these commands in the Kubernetes cluster also. See, first we are creating the kubectl and we are connecting the Kubernetes cluster. See here I'm choosing the my Kubernetes cluster name. That's why I told you don't change your Kubernetes cluster name, because here in the script I already hard coded here. Okay, usually this one we mention in the variables, but I directly hard coded here. It automatically connect it one, and it will run that script and install the script, the pipeline script, the secret script. This script will means like the external AWS services secrets. It automatically pull these secrets to the Kubernetes cluster. That's why this script will be helpful. It automatically sync continuously with secrets. This is the external secrets pipeline script, and it will install the Folco and directly in the Kubernetes cluster in the runtime. We don't need to uh, run the script, or you don't need to create any Folco in Kubernetes cluster. Directly when your pipeline will run, automatically it will create the Folco installation. Also, it will done, and and everything is done. In the description summary, you'll able to see whatever the things it is created, and whenever destroying at that time also, whatever things it is destroyed and whatever things it is pending, it will able to see it. And if it is pending means you can go on do it manually, or you can rerun the pipeline once again. It everything it destroyed. If it's not destroyed means your bill will be continuously it will increase. At the time your month end the bill will become very high. That's why it will show you the detailed information, how many things it will destroy, how many things it will not destroy, everything it will detail, it will show it here. Okay, and Terraform destroy also. First, pre-destroyment, whatever the helm, using the helm, we are creating the Folco. The Folco first it will destroy everything, and everything uninstall the CLIs and Kubernetes, whatever the pods is there, and whatever the uh, ingress controller, whatever the load balancers, whatever the things is connected to the Kubernetes clusters, everything it will destroy it. Say ingress and delete the PVCs and no system namespaces, whatever the namespaces, ports, PVCs, ingress controller, load balancer, whatever things it is connected to our Kubernetes cluster, everything it will destroy it. After destroying, it will deal and it will perform the Kubernetes destroy. And if you type S, it automatically it will destroy everything. Still, it is anything is pending on the network informations, network interfacing and everything. It automatically on your region, it will check everything at ENI number, everything it will check, it will delete every entire infrastructure, whatever things. Suppose if you are creating 30 resources and 30 resources, it will delete. It will not able to uh, sorry means it will not unable to delete means it will give the report, and that report you have to go on delete, or you need to rerun the pipeline. It automatically it will delete it. Okay, now I will explain that script, and this is the script. See, this is the namespace. This food delivery. This is the namespace, and this is the namespace is the external secrets. In the namespace, in this particular namespace only, we are deploying their application spots, and these spots want the AWS secret manager secrets. It will pull that secrets, and these external secrets, it automatically it will every 5 minutes it will be run. If you are continuously updating that secret manager secrets, it automatically every 5 minutes it will update it everything, and it will automatically update in the pod level, and it will the external in the Kubernetes is AWS services is auto mode, and the AWS secret manager is outside. The both is This is too much of different, but in between the external secret manager will connecting, and this both is a communicating. It will act like a bridge. And region is AP South one, and my cluster name is food delivery. Here also in this script also I hard coded. If you change that name means here also you need to change the too many things is, that's why I'm kindly requesting use the same names only. And this external pipeline script, and it will install, and it will wait for a Kubernetes sometime, and the once everything is installed, the pods will be execute. First it will install Helm and install the existing external secret operators using the Helm commands, and this is the namespace and everything, and it will execute, and finally you will able to see the pods and everything, and here automatically it will create one role also. See OpenID connect, this OpenID connect, it will use that OpenID connect, it will create that role, and it will attach to that particular role only. And this namespace everything, it will allow that this in the particular namespace only. If you change the namespace also, it will unable to identify that namespace, it unable to create the this external services also. And these external services, if you want to uninstall means automatically it will install. And these are Folco installations. This is a Folco also, directly it will install the Folco and it will run the pipelines. This is whatever I run the script on episode 9, the same script only I copied here, and I'm using the same script only, same file only. And uninstall Helm repository also. Once if I uninstall means the external secrets also it uninstall, and this Folco also uninstall, and these tools, and these tools. Okay, my bash and server I need to add, by default I need to create, install something, the kubectl I need to install. Whenever I run the script, automatically to install ekctl and Helm, AWS CLI, Docker, okay, and SonarQube. And this SonarQube is running on port number 9000. These all things it will install, and after that it will show it will install or not in the summary type. Okay, this is the entire the script. I know I took too much of time to explanation because deployment it's one step of deployment. You just click one deployment, one step. Just you can go for this file and view run. Just one click it will deployment. But understanding the code it's too much. That's why first you need to understand the entire concept, and you can run the pipeline. Even everyone will be deploy the applications, everyone will be run the applications, but the problem is if you understand the code and how the flow it is going, what the resources are creating, what at what resource to another resources, how it is communicating, this kind of things if you understood at the interview time also, you can easily to answer the interview persons. That's why the concepts you have to understood, and you can run the pipeline. You can directly go on run means you can project, you can easily deploy it, and you can post it in the LinkedIn, or you can post it on the uh, update in the resume. But the things is you need to learn the concepts, and you can understood the concepts, how the flow it is going, and how the flow by flow, how the steps are installing, how it will be creating the entire infrastructure, what the resources are creating, how the resources it will be creating everything, what is the open ID, what this kind of things you need to understood, and you can run the pipeline. Directly running the pipeline, there is a no useless, just copy the paste, copy the code, paste the code, that is the things. That's why you need to understood this code, and you can run the pipeline. Okay, this pipeline usually it will take uh, 15 minutes. See, it started the creating. See, OpenID connect, you are unable to see the secrets. See, this OpenID connect, using this OpenID. See, food delivery, GitHub Actions, Terraform role 000, using this name it will assign everything, and it will check the format and Terraform in it, and check the bucket name and everything. See, it check the S3 bucket name and everything. Okay, and Terraform valid, and Terraform plan it skipped because this plan, whenever you can merge, create the pull request, at the time only it will plan it, otherwise it will not plan. Directly it will apply it. And this applying everything, it will create the entire infrastructure here. See, started creating. Usually it will take 15 minutes time. Okay, and until you have any doubts, you can comment below. I will be reply the messages. Okay, I'll wait for 15 minutes, and we will see. infrastructure is created. It's took 13 minutes 26 seconds. The entire infrastructure is created. Now we will open Bastion server and we will connect the Bastion server. Before connecting the Bastion server, we will check the IAM role. This IAM role is attached to the roles or not. See, before we are created only the administration full access, but now see ACM read access, ECR access, EKS access, secret key access, secret manager access. This IAM attached automatically, the infrastructure only it attached these permissions. Okay, now open the EC2 instance. Go to the instance. The Bastion server is created. Food delivery Bastion server. Just connect. Go to the SSM section manager. It's automatically it is connected. Yeah, it is connected. Go to the root user. Okay, now it is root user. SSM system manager. Just open the new tab. Here you will able to see the one EC2 instance. You are unable to see the any nodes. See, explore the nodes. Here the only the Bastion server node only is there, and there's a no nodes is there. And if you check here, see there's a only one node. Only this Bastion server only is there. There is a no Kubernetes nodes is not there. But Kubernetes cluster is created. I will show you. See, this is the only one node, and this node also is a food delivery Bastion server. And there's a no nodes is there, and we are connecting this Bastion server. Now I will show you the summary. See, infrastructure is created. Before showing the infrastructure, I need to show the logs. See, external secrets operations. See, it's installed and it's created. It's entirely installed to the helm commands and the script. And see, there's a total 3 ports is running, and this first one port is run means, and there's a total 3 ports. Like one is secret controller and the secret manager and the secrets manager webhooks. Total 3 ports are running on the node groups in the particular node. If the node is you are unable to see, but the node is created, but the node is you are able to only see you in the Bastion server only. And this a 3 ports is created, and this IAM, this open ID it is created and it's attached to that food delivery food delivery ESVO. And this is the open ID connect is automatic. This open ID connect it automatically created. If you go on check the IAM roles, here you will able to see this one open ID connect. This is not whatever we created the open ID, that these both are different open ID connects. This created one open ID connect. This open ID connect for only extracting and pull that entire secrets from the secret managers. And see, this is the secret manager, and right now it is a fall, and we need to sync that one. Whenever the secrets is available, at that time it will sync everything. Now it's the false. Okay, now this is the Folco runtime securities, and this is a Folco. It's a total 2 ports are running. This is a Folco UI. It's running a daemon set. It's every node and one node it will run. Okay, if 10 nodes will be there, means 10 ports are it will run. Okay, and name is everything this one, and it will show you the summary everything. It will connect it and it will show you something. Whenever you want to destroy means everything it will destroy. And post configurations AWS OpenID connect this one. Okay, now I will show you the summary. Okay, VPC and subnets, one VPC, 2 subnets, and 2 private subnets and 2 public subnets, and one EKS cluster, and 3 ECR repositories, one Bastion server, one EBS, 2 VBS volumes is 58 GB total, one NAT gateway, two Elastic IPs for the public IPs for the Bastion servers, and 4 secret managers it's created, and KMS key 1, and EKS worker node it will created one, and it will be scaled with the pods. By default it will create one, and if automatically it will be increased everything. And per day cost is $5, and per month $150. For the practice purpose, mostly if you complete in 1 hour or 1.5 hour, it will charge like very uh, below $1 only. Okay, and you just copy these comments, you can directly connect your Kubernetes cluster. Okay, now I think it's down the one node, and now it's only one node is there. Okay, kubectl get ns. See, food delivery is there. Okay, now I'm copying this one namespace kubectl get pods minus n namespace. See, there is a no names. There's a no pods are there. That's why there's no resources is found in this particular namespace, because the namespace only it is created, but the pods whenever you deploy the application at that time it will be created. And now Folco. See, total 3 it's running. Okay. Okay. And this is the service. And this is the daemon set. Now replicas, 2 replicas it's running. Daemon sets, there's a total 2 replicas. Okay. These are the things. And now I missed anything. Yeah. Now we'll take the public IP. We'll connect the SonarQube. And by default, admin, username is admin, password also admin. Okay, no thanks. And old password is admin. And new password, you can create any password. And confirm password and update. No thanks. Okay, and choose your profile and my account. Go for the securities and create one token. Give any random name and use the token, and validity 30 days, 90 days, 1 day, or custom, never expire, anything you can choose. And I'm choosing never expired. I'm generating and just copy this one. Okay, go for secret manager. Open, open in the new tab. Okay, and first food delivery pipeline, just click, and this is the pipeline. Is my SonarQube link, like post URL, that automatically it will fetch that Terraform script. If you see here, see 3.109.79244. That same thing is here, 31.109.2.444. And here just edit and remove the change me and copy this token, update token, save. And same thing you have to do on SonarQube. Just edit and change me remove and update, save. Okay. And next, database details, I already hard coded, I already told the same things is already is created. Okay, and now next app secrets. This app secrets, DynamoDB URL I hard coded, and you need to do only 2 changes. One is JW token, one is script key. Okay, now go to the readme file. Okay, go for readme devops.md file. Just go down. Okay, and just click this link. Get script secrets. Here, just stripe secret key is there in the 13.2. Just here, click stripe.com webs. Will open the new tab. And is 13.1, 13.1 also, it will generate the JWT token. You can just copy that 13.1 OpenSSL command and go to the bash and just run this command. It will create one script, one JW token. Just copy this token and update here. Edit, remove here, update JW token. Okay, go for API, Stripe API, developer API key. You're able to see here. Here the secret key is there. We just copy this secret key. Okay, and right now my secret key exposed, and that's no problem. I will just uh, after some time I will be retake one more key also. Okay, just if you secrets is exposed means you just click here. Right now it's a QIC, right? If you update here, and now only if you choose now means it automatically it will create one more. Yeah, yeah, see it's updated. Okay. Mm, okay, I copied this one. Okay, I will be cross check one more time because this is the very important key. If you're not copied properly means the payments will be failed, and at the time you are unable to, if we add the code but we were unable to add the credit cards, everything. That's why I will copy the properly. Just click copy. Yeah, now it's copied. Go for, yeah, I will remove this one. I will update it. Okay, and now save. Okay, these three things. Okay, now my secrets is export, right? Now I will be updated retrieve secrets, and it's 24 hours. Okay, after 24 hours my these secrets will be automatically, it will expire. Okay, and okay, no problem, automatically 24 hours it will expire this one. Okay, now everything will be updated. Just go for security managers. Okay, JW token we updated, DynamoDB we hard coded, and Stripe API key we already updated. Okay, now we will be run the pipeline. Just go for the code. Before running the code, I need to explain the code. Go for the Kubernetes. Okay, and first one is admin deployment file, API version, and kind is deployment, and this metadata name is food delivery admin app, and label food delivery admin, and total two replicas it is running. And it we're creating the service account token is false, and it's running as a not root user. Okay, and coming to here, we are building the image, right? It automatically, it will not updating in the GitHub, but it will updating in the bash server. See, this is the easier repository ID, this is the variable key, and this is the food delivery admin app. This is the whatever we created the username, whatever we created the EC or repository name, this repository name and tag name, it will replace when on the build. Suppose my build is 155, it will replace to 155. Okay, it will not update in the GitHub repository, it will update first. It will pull this entire code, it will clone to the Bastion server. In the Bastion server it will update it. Okay, image policies always, and container port number is 8080, and this is the securities, and memory is 250, 128 MI, and CPUs is 250 MI. Okay, and this is the volume and everything I attached. Coming to the service, I'm using the cluster IP. Okay, and same for the backend also. Backend it's running as a three replicas. Okay, and same here also, image will be updated. Here, coming to here, I'm backend. I'm connecting the environment variables. Okay, front end URL means front end URL means the front end your admin, sorry, your domain here means this domain, it will take on GitHub Actions. The GitHub Actions I already GitHub Actions variable I already given the app URL, right? This app URL it will be automatically, it will be replaced here whenever the script is running. Suppose I run the GitHub Actions, automatically it will pull this, clone the entire code in the Bash server. After that, it will be pull that entire secrets and variables, GitHub Actions secret variables and everything pulled, and it will replaced here. Front end URL, this the URL name, and same like MongoDB also, and automatically it will update it here. Okay, and JW token, it automatically will updated JW token, and Stripe secret key also it will update here. Okay, these are the things. Okay, and next backend service, this is a cluster IP, and front end service also is a cluster IP. And here the pod to pod is not communicating, and the front end pod will communicating to back end pod will be communicating to the database, and front end will unable to communicating to the database, and back end will be unable to communicating to the front end. It's one by one, front end to back end to database, and this is the node to node securities we are using and network policy we are using. Okay, and coming to the front end deployment, same here, ECR repository also it will update it automatically. And this is the volume mount slash temp, it will be entire volume mount here, and nginx caching we are using, slash caching slash nginx here we are using, and memory is size is we are using 16 MI, and CPUs we are using 250 CPUs are we using, 250 M CPUs are we using. Okay, now coming to the ingress, this is the main part here. Okay, the ingress file network policy in the K8SI/v1 API version, kind is ingress, and metadata name is ingress, food delivery ingress, namespace is ingress. This is the isolated namespace for everything. Okay, internet facing, this load balancer for the internet facing for the ingress. Okay, and HTTPS and 443. Okay, health slash, and namespace group is food delivery. And coming to the ingress class is ALB, and host domain and admin domain. Here the domain means domain replaced here means like we already updated the domain on EC2. Sorry, GitHub Actions. That domain automatically it will fetch it and it automatically update here. Same here, domain it will replace automatically here. Okay, you have to choose this particular name only. It automatically updated app dot version. Wait, I'll show you. You have to use this variable app URL. It automatically update your rules. Now coming to the part, I will show you the why I given here. And now ingress class. I given the ingress class is true and it's ALB. It's a MongoDB deployment. I'm creating the MongoDB and using the public repository, and MongoDB, the details it will be automatically fetched from the secret manager, secret manager, MongoDB secrets and MongoDB password and admin username and everything. It automatically fetched directly there, and it automatically create. And I'm using the public MongoDB images, and it automatically create and it will run on the cluster IPs. Okay, and next namespace. We already created the namespace and the labels also we already attached that name, whatever the restrictions we have to give on the particular namespace and everything. Okay, and this is the network policy I already explained. The pod to pod is communicating, front end will be unable to communicating to the database and database unable to communicating the front end, and it will come on the stride like front end will communicating to the backend will communicating to the database. And the see delay all ingress concepts, whatever the concepts I explained on the episode 6, the same concepts I'm implementing here. Okay, and storage class we are using the gp3, it's encrypted true. Okay, the auto esbsc, that is the name where the storage class it's automatically creating. And now I will show you the admin dashboard. Not admin, backend. Okay, the all secrets, everything, whatever the secrets, everything is there, everything. See, this is the front end url, and this is the MongoDB URL, JW token, and Stripe API key. Everything it will communicating to the backend only. Okay, and these backend details, I go for the backend that. Okay, and here the custom script I configured. You don't need to change anything here. I'm just explaining the uploaded. These the all images. Whatever the images, once it's automatically stored to the database, and this database it will be you will able to see all database scripts and everything in the UI. Okay, and this admin, this admin portal, and this is the front end portal. Okay, okay, and now see in this in JS file, these all the images, it auto all the images, and it automatic it will create one admin user and password. See, this is the admin dashboard, admin user, and this is the admin password. Admin passwords it will create, and this using the admin passwords. See, this is the admin password, admin name, admin email ID, and this admin password. Using this admin email ID and password, it will create these all items in the user's dashboard. Okay, now I'm executing this file now. Before executing the file, I will explain the deployment file also. Here you'll too many things you'll be clarified here. Why I app URL and the ingress file names is different, everything here you will able to understood everything. Okay, and it's only for the whenever you push the code to the pull request, it automatically trigger this pipeline, or you can workbench dispatch means you need to create manually. Okay, and it's a master, it's only master branch only it will trigger, no main branch, no different branches, only master branch only. And paths I'm ignoring like Terraform. If anything is updated in the Terraform file or .md file or .github and dependency bot, anything is updated here, this pipeline will be not updated or not triggered automatically, because if Terraform code it automatically updating whenever I want, and readme file continuously I'm updating that, new things I'm updating, and dependency bot also, like new things like every 2 weeks automatically it will trigger, and automatically at that time I will updating continuously. And I will show you the dependency bot. And this dependency bot monthly once it will trigger. This all backends monthly once it will trigger, and admin monthly once, everything it monthly once it will trigger. Docker, Kubernetes, GitHub Actions, everything is monthly one triggers. And see, this is the name. Just remember GitHub Actions, uh, Docker, GitHub Actions, GitHub Actions, and slash monthly. And this dependencies and CI/CD also, and Docker. This is everything is monthly. It will run. Now go back the code. Understood carefully. This code is little complex, but I will explain very slowly. And see, and pull request. Now, if you push the code directly in the master branch, or if you raise the any peer or pull request at that time, the Terraform files and .md files it will ignore, and remaining files, if you changed anything, it automatically it will triggered, and first 6 steps it will automatically run. First 6 steps means secrets it will detect, and Trivy, and it will build the images, but it will not push the images, and security scannings and everything. First 6 steps it will run. Okay. And first one is, if you run the manually means, scan only means the first 6 steps it will run. And deploy, if you run the deployments, it will scan and it will deploy everything. I added the manual, and I added the pull request. But pull request in the Terraform files and .md files, it will not triggered, it will ignored. And directly if I am pushing to the main branch, directly if I am pushing the master branch, at that time the Terraform files, .md files, git dependency bots it will ignored, and the pull request terraform.md file it will ignore. But here github dependency.md file, if I changed anything, if you create the pull request at the time also, it will automatically identify the securities and everything. Okay. And github workflows and scan everything. And coming to here, variables, see, ecr repository. Here my account id, I already updated my account id in the variables. Wait. Okay, I already updated my account ID, and region also I already updated in my GitHub Actions. If you didn't update it, please update it that one. Okay, and my ECR backend repository I already created through the GitHub Actions in the Terraform script. This is the my name. That's why you can don't need to change anything. You have to directly run that from automatically created with the same names only. Okay, and this is my front end ECR repository name, and this is the my admin ECR repository name, and this is my Kubernetes cluster ECR name, and image tag, it's a run. Suppose if you open my okay, I'll open another one. Okay, go to the actions, go to the DevSecOps pipeline food delivery. See, suppose it's my 98 workflow number, right? If I run 99 at the time, here the tag number is 99. Here the tag number is 99, and the same tag only it will attach here. Okay, the permissions, ID token, right, and read and securities events, right, and pull request, right. Okay, and first job, the secret scanning I discussed on the episode 4. See, it's a Gitleaks. If you created the pull request, or if you merge the pull request, or whatever the things, if you create, if you merged, or whatever the things, if you push to the GitHub, automatically this pipeline will be triggered. If you if your bot also, it will raise the peers also, automatically it will trigger. If any single secrets is leaked, automatically it identified, and it will be stop that pipeline, and it will use the GitHub token. And this token, you don't need to update any tokens, it automatically it will take the token from the GitHub Actions. Okay, and the Gitleaks we already discussed on the episode 4. Okay, next, SonarQube, and this is the AWS secret manager, the token ID there, and account sorry, access ID. Access ID means the token ID, and the UI access, public IP and port number also already we mentioned in the secret manager. It directly pull that secrets directly and it will execute this stage. Okay, and using the OpenID connect, it will create one OpenID connect. It will create a AWS secret key and access key, and it will fetch that AWS region from the variable and SonarQube token. This token, the Sonar token, the Sonar token and Sonar host URL we already mentioned in variables, secret variables. If you go here, secret variables, okay, the tab is closed. I think the same thing. Okay, and these variables it will be fetched and it will import it to the GitHub variables. Using the GitHub variables, it will execute everything. And Sonar scan using the Sonar token, Sonar host URL, it will execute and it will find that all issues in our code level using that Sonar script, the Sonar project file. Using that script, it will execute everything and it will identify all secrets. And we discussed on the episode 2, not episode 3, we discussed on the SonarQube. Okay, and next dependency scan we discussed on the episode 3, that is the Trivy. Whatever the vulnerabilities are, whatever the things is there, high, low, medium, whatever the things, like the code, like if you're using 1.9 and the latest version is 1.7, there's a very high level risk is there. At that time it will critical issues is there, and it will identify all the critical issues, high issues, everything, and it will show the all terminal. You're able to see everything. If any high and critical issues is there, automatically this pipeline will be failed and you need to update there, and you need to, if normal beginner issues is there, means it will execute this pipeline. That's why see, high and critical and exit code is one, and format is stable, the entire output will come format, and the code is from the backend, high end everything, and the front end code also, the exit code is one, and critical and high everything it will show. And same admin dashboard also, the critical highs and everything it will show the detail in the table format. I will able to show in at that time. Okay, and build the images, and the entire build is a multi-stage build list, and first we are using the distroless images. Okay, and it will, the ECR repository, it will create the secret key access key, and using the secret access key we are using the OpenID connect. We are connecting that ECR and we are updating, build the images, and we are pushing to that images. First, it will build the images through that ECR repository name and ECR repository backend name. Same ECR repository and ECR repository frontend name. ECR repository and ECR repository admin. We are creating everything and we will the tag names. See that we are giving the tag names here. Backend tag tar and backend tag tar and admin tag tar. The tag tar means whatever the my it's 98, right? My PR workflows, and if 99 build I build means automatically update the 99. Okay, and next container scanning. After build that images, it will scan that entire my container. It will find that all vulnerabilities and everything, if critical high everything. It will also the some of things I ignored, Trivy ignored. See, I see still criticals ignores, if any critical high is there means it will ignore, because I need to pass this step, right? That's why get ignored. Usually we need to fix that issues, but I am unable to fix that issues, that's why I ignore the some steps here. And next, IACE infrastructure scanning, we are using the Checkov, and it will scan our entire Kubernetes manifest file. And here also some of things I hide, and this does, because I hide here, right? Some Trivy scanning also hide here. That's why here also I hide. The skip CKS K8 and CKS 48 means we are getting bucket, right, and backup bucket also we need to create, and some of things we need to hide. That's why that AWS secret keys and variables they hard coded to the secret managers. It's a variables I hard coded. The variables automatically it identified and it will stop the step. That's why I the only the secret managers in Kubernetes only. That's I hard coded everything, and DynamoDB tag name also I hard coded. That's why the hard coded things, and it will be whatever the hard coded and whatever the secrets and whatever the exposed things is there means I ignored, I skipped the three things here, and it scan that entire images, and it will push that image to the Docker ECR. Okay, using the help of the OIDC. And I explained on the episode 7 vault. Usually I am not using the vault because this is the single platform deployment only, right? That's why I'm not using the vault. And if I use the multi clouds means at that time we can use the vault, but here I'm using the only AWS cloud only, right? That's why I'm using the OpenID cloud. Okay, and it will build and it will push the three images on ECR repository. And next is the deployment. I discussed on the episode 6. First, it will pull that all images. See, step number 8, git checkov, and it will configure. It will create AWS security and access key, and it will update kube config file. It will update, and it will fetch the AWS secret manager secrets. All it will fetch, and it will create as a Kubernetes secrets. See, get the secrets from the AWS secret manager and food slash app. I will open here AWS secret managers. You will easily understood what secrets is pulling and everything. See, food delivery app secrets, food delivery app secrets. Okay, it's creating the food delivery app secrets here, and it automatically will fetch that secrets and it will import it to the Bastion server. Okay, and next, food delivery database. Whatever the database output is there, the automatically everything it will fetch. It will pull everything to the ECR and MongoDB URL and JW token and Stripe key and DB username and DB password. It automatically fetch everything and it will be keep it on the Bastion server. Whenever because like everything with the one single click, everything it will deploy it, right? These all secrets it automatically pulled and it will be stored on the Bastion server, and Bastion server it automatically connected on the Kubernetes auto mode, right? That's why it automatically fetch everything. And see, it will create and update the values. Okay, and it will create one namespace. You already created one namespace. If you not created means it will dry run the client. If it's not created means it will create. It will created means it will dry run. Okay, okay, and it will delete the old secrets, like old secrets if it is there or not means it will check and it will delete the secrets and delete, and it will create. If it is not found means it will ignore it. If it is there means it will delete that old secrets and it will update the new secrets, because like every time it will be you are updating the secrets there, at that time the old secret if still it is there means it will isolate it, it will take the old secrets. That's why it will delete that secrets. If the secrets is not there means it will ignore that step. Okay, now if it is deleted means again it will create that secrets using the MongoDB URL, JW token, and Stripe key, and MongoDB username and MongoDB password. These are all things it will create one pod, and the pod everything it will be stored there, and whenever our script is running, automatically the details will be taken directly there. Coming to the Kubernetes build name. See here, I updated these names. Image tag placeholder, this is the variable, and where it will take this one. See, I'll side by side if I explain means you can easily understood this one, because when I think at that time no one will understood because the different names is there, right? At that time it's very difficult to understanding. That's why side by side if I explain means you can easily understood. I'll open one code and I will be explaining. I will open the backend code. See here, ECR repository placeholder, image tag placeholder means in this particular tag holder, image tag holder, in this particular line image tag holder is there means automatically it will environment variable is env image tag. This emg tag name in the top, I explained is image name. It automatically take that name and it will update here. Where is this line? Container scanning. Okay. Yeah, image tag name it will take, and this tag name image tag placeholder it will update here. The names element variables is different here to here, it will update directly. Same, this file is for backend, See, this file is for the backend, and front end also same thing is there. It will update, and admin dashboard also it will update same thing. And coming to the ECR repository placeholder and ECR place repository placeholder. See, here the renowned variable is ECR repository name, and if ECR repository, this is the normal variable, and this variable we are updated at the top, and that the same variable only. See, if you open here in the top variables, just remember this all things: the ECR repository backend, front and everything. This ECR repository, okay. This ECR repository, this entire line, okay, okay. This ECR repository, okay. Wait, I will make it center this one, okay, okay. This ECR, the front end deployment and backend deployment and admin deployment, the ECR repository placeholder, it will update it. On everyone variables is ECR repository and tag names. Okay, and now I hope you understood this entire line. Now it automatically updated in the Bastion server. Okay, and next coming to here, your domain here in the variables, GitHub variables in the domain app URL we mentioned. But here in the domain URL, the front end URL we are mentioned, the front end URL we mentioned and back end URL we mentioned is app URL. This app URL it automatically update here. Domain, your domain here, your domain here. It automatically it updated it. First it said it identify your domain here, anything he's find here automatically it will remove here. In automatically it will go on fetch this variable and it updated in variable we update in the GitHub Actions. There it will take that my domain name, it will update here. Okay, and domain placeholder, this is on the Ingress file is there. If you go open the Ingress file, see, and domain placeholder and this domain placeholder and here and everywhere it will be updated. See this domain placeholder, see this domain placeholder in this kate file in ingress file, wherever the domain placeholder is there, that word is there, it automatically updated to the this variable app.vrl is a agent we update in the GitHub Actions. It will same thing, it automatically updated. And after that, first it will apply the namespace and storage class, network policy, and DynamoDB deployment, and backend deployment, and backend service, front-end deployment, front-end service, and admin deployment, admin service, and ingress class, and finally it will update ingress class. And after everything it will done, and it will once again roll back status deployment and everything, front-end, backend, database, everything, and it will check the database status and everything. If everything is working means it will check the port status and service status and everything. If anything it is failed, the deployment here is stop. And if usually for the deployment, see, until here we are following the GitHub Actions, and coming to your deployment, automatic deployment, we are using another GitHub Actions pipeline. This GitHub Actions pipeline we are using the Argo CD. Using the Argo CD help, we are creating the UI. In the UI it automatically sync whenever it automatically updated. But coming to here, this set commands everything, it's automatically updating on the AWS EC2. But in the real time we are not updating here, we are automatically updating in the GitHub Actions only. Whenever it see this all images it updating on the GitHub EC2, but this EC2 image in the real time we are not able to updating in the EC2, because in EC2 we are not updating, we are directly updating in the GitHub Actions only. Whenever it updated this pipeline, automatically second pipeline it will run and it will deploy it. Total three pipelines. First one is the entire infrastructure creating, and second file is it will build the images, scan the images, and it will push that images to the AWS ECR, and it will update the manifest file, the latest images through the GitHub Actions. But here the latest images it updating on the AWS EC2, but really we have to update in the GitHub Actions. But here I single pipeline I need to deploy it, that's why I choose one pipeline. It directly it will update it to the AWS EC2, and after updating, and it will run this all scripts and it will deploy it. After deploying and dynamic application security testing, everything it will done. I explained on the episode 3 this dynamic application security scanning. It's almost, it will take 5 minutes time to execute everything, like end to end dynamic application security testing, everything it will done. It's a dash scanning, everything it will done. And using the OpenID Connect and variable and ANR, it will run everything, and it will the target app URL, it will take it, and it will entire application it will build. Any securities is there or anything it will run, it will identify it. And runtime security is also the whatever the application I build, and that application, that agent application name, it will run everything, it will check everything, and it will find everything issues on the Kubernetes. See, first it will connect everything, and first it will check the whole code is running or not. And if it is running means it will check the any critical alerts is there or not. If alerts is there means it automatically sent to the Slack. But here I didn't configure the Slack. This is the entire pipeline with a single click of the deployment in the Kubernetes. Okay. And now just go here, view run, and go for the dip and direct deploy and run. See, this is the entire pipeline. And first three, it's a parallelly it's run, and simultaneously everything it will execute. Parallel and simultaneously. See, first one is secret scan, no secrets detected, because some secrets it is detected, but because I ignore that secrets, that's why it's not detecting. And now security is done, and SonarQube and dependency scan, everything run, and build and scan the images and infrastructure scanning and push to the ECR and deploy the application. These are few things, and this entirely it will be take 15 minutes time. Usually I tested it, it's almost it will take 15 minutes time to deploy entire application and the Kubernetes clusters, everything. Now if we go here, just go for the projects. Okay, open the projects. See, three securities is leaked, and reliability is 29 issues open, and maintainability is 55. See, duplications is 1.8, because this code is I copied some different repository. That's why I didn't check these all issues. And before I tested at the time also is there, but I didn't updated these things because I need to show you these all things, right? Okay, now if you open here the issues, see, this is the one storage clash issue, and second one this app count issue. And if you go here, why this issue and how to fix this issue, and here see, this is the issue. And if you open here, this the, you just remove this part and you can add this part, the issue is fixed. Okay. And usually this is a low issue, a high issues, critical issues is come. Usually this one the issue is come, this issue will automatically raise the one Jira ticket, and this Jira ticket who is be handling, there's a one certain person is there, that person will be fixed out all issues. It will go there, and where is the issue it will check, and why this issue it came, everything it will read everything, and how to fix the issues. It will, it just just replace to this issue to this issue, and it will check, and again he, all issues it fixed, and create the pull request and make the request and run the pipeline, it automatically execute. And second CORS, and this is the CORS, why is this issue and how to fix. See, instead of keeping this one, we have to keep this one original and expose app URL. Okay, these are the three securities issues. And coming to reliabilities, open, so many things is there, and everything is low level and medium, low and medium is there, like high. Okay, high is not there and blocked is not there, just medium is just 6 and low is 23 is there, and just small issues only. See, same here also, why this issue, how to fix the issues. Instead of keeping this one, we have to keep this one, just simple copy this one and replace this one, just small things. Okay, small issues, I checked everything. And just go back again, food delivery, and just go for the duplications. See, set URL. See, these are some duplications is there. That's why this script usually because usually for the admin only we have to add these items to the user's dashboard, but using the script only I added everything, because whenever the application I deployed I will able to see these all things. Okay, these all are total 40 items I updated. That's why too many duplications is there here. That's why the duplications is added here. Okay, and if you open any issues and projects and open here, go for the applications and open one. Okay, here how to fix everything we are unable to see, but here just open it here, you will able to see, and just check the here and what is the duplications, everything, the you're able to delete everything, the code level only. And next, maintain the accepting issues, security hotspots, and coverage, everything is good and all are good. And coming to here, and same here also, what is the issue, you have to just edit this content and just this is the old one, and this is the find the issue and fix the issue. This is the securities. This is the entire SonarQube. Okay, now we will execute. See, it's build that images. Okay, and now it build the images and it will scan the Trivy scan and it will ISC scan it, and it will push to the ECR also. Now, if you open the ECR, open the new tab, go for the repositories, admin. See here, 120 build number is there. I'll check my build number. See, it's my build number is 120. Hashtag 120. Here, 120. And same if you open the backend, bit number 120, open here, this is the my image name, this same thing it will be pulled it in, it updated, and coming to here and backend there is a no issues like zero, critical, high, medium, low, everything is zero, the security vulnerabilities. Okay, and coming to the front end, too many things it will be there. See, critical issues 4 and high 28 and medium is 35 and low 4. Why is the issues means these all issues, whatever the issues it came, right, these all issues is I am ignored in the pipeline level, that's why it is not identified. But here in the Docker Amazon easier, I directly allowed whatever the security spots is there, you have to show me. That's why you are able to see these all issues, and the pipeline level also you'll able to see, but the pipeline will be not stop, the pipeline will execute and it pipeline will be show the all things. Okay, wait, I'll show you on the pipeline level also. See, it's build the images, Docker build the images. Okay, and the container scanning, you will able to see that output level. Image scanning things and infrastructure scanning. You will able to just see the logs only. See these all the logs and see Trivy scanning. See total fail 0 and skip 0 and total 352 checks is there and 352 checks is passed. Every check is passed. And this is the Kubernetes map and Docker checks. And the Docker checks is 41 is there and 0 skips and 0 failed. Everything is passed. Checo. Okay. And now coming to the ECR, and it will push the front end image first back. First it login and it will push everything. And coming to the deployment. Okay. And it will connect to the OpenID connect and kubeconfig file it will update it, and it will fetch that all secrets on the AWS secret manager. See, it's all fetched everything. And coming to here deployment, it will deploy the application. See, it will fetch that ACM certificate and it will deploy the all, it will create the all pods and it will roll out the all pods. And see, the admin dashboard secrets, everything is created here showing this is the admin password, this is the admin ID, admin email ID, admin password is showing, and get the deployment information. See, all pods are running. If you open here also, you'll able to see the all pods are running or not. Just refresh. Sudo. See, these are all pods are running. If you remove the pods and keep all, see, these are the pods, and this is the services and running on the cluster IP, and this is the MongoDB cluster IP, and the front-end cluster IP, backend cluster IP, and west admin cluster IP, and this is the deployment up to date, and this is the replicas, and backend is running 3 replicas, and admin it's running 2 replicas, and MongoDB 1 replica, and front-end is 1 replica. And if you open the Folco, and these are all the things. I didn't deploy it in the manually. Everything in the pipeline only, it will trigger everything, it will execute it, everything. And this is the load balancer. If you open the load AWS EC2, if you go open EC2, before going to the EC2, I need to check the admin also. See, there is admin dashboard also. Some critical issues is there because in admin dashboard only, right? We uh, using the admin dashboard only, like we uploaded the all images, we created the all images to the front end dashboards. Backend is safe, but admin dashboard and the front end only, the two things only we hard coded. That's why the critical high everything. If we didn't hard coded means everything it will be 0 0 0, everything is there. That's why the few things I'm hard coded here. That's why why I'm hard coded means I need to explain like how the flow it is working, everything, the production, everything it is one means there is no just clicking one deployment, it will deploy everything. If I do this kind of things means you will able to easily understand where I hard coded, why I hard coded, what is the reason to hard coded, how to overcome these issues. See, if directly no hard coded means the SonarQube everything is zero. At that time the issue is came, how we need to fix, and how to read this issue, and what is the issue, and how to overcome this issue. This kind of things I am unable to explain it. This kind of things I didn't fixed and I didn't overcome. That's why I show in the issues come. Okay, now open the EC2. Go for the load balancers. See, this is the load balancer is created. Now, if you go for the route 53, and this is the act 2, it is running everything, and it's HTTPS 443. And open my host shown, open bit agent. Okay, and I will delete the record. Okay, and add a record, enable aliases, and application classic load balancer, choose AP South 1, Mumbai region, and choose the load balancers. Done. And now choose the admin, delete this record, create a record, and admin, and your domain, and choose enable ASC, application load balancer, choose Mumbai region, choose the load balancers, and create the load balancers. Okay, it's this part is done. And coming to the OBAS scan. Okay, and this is the my application load balancer. This is the target URL. You see here, this is the my target URL, application load balance URL. This is the my application A record role balancer. It's internally it is running it, not externally, right? That's why it update the kubeconfig file and the target URL, and it will scan the entire repository. This is the scan report entirely, and everything is passed, and some of the issues is there. See, these are all the issues, and it will give in the report, and some of the things is failed. That's why it's failed here. You can go and here you can fix. Usually these all issues will come to the Slack, and in the Slack we have to fix the everything issues. And coming to here, and this the report, you can download it directly here. And if you open this report zip file, and here you can able to see the entire report here. Okay, and high is 0, and medium is 0, and very low 2 is a in intro is just 5, and everything is passed. These are only few things. What are the things is just info, just these 5 things is this is the deployment link, and where the issue is there, and what the percentage of this issue is there. And I exposed the get method and test that slash pane and static code. I just few things I exploited this the code level. Usually I didn't exploit this. I took the code somewhere. That's why this the issues will became. And this is the alerts, and this is the low alerts. If you click here, if you HTTPS alerts here, you will able to see detail. Tell you where the get method is there, how you can overcome this issue, and what is the issue exactly. You can able to see the everything details just for. Usually this report it will come to the Slack, but I didn't configure the Slack, right? That's why you are unable to see this messages. That's why I'm directly downloading this repository to the GitHub Actions directly. If you open here directly, it will download one zip file, and in the zip file you will able to HTTP file is there, HTML file is there. In this file you are able to see everything, and this entire file you have you send your developers, and the developers will be see read their entire documentations, and there will be fix that issues. This is after deployment. After deployment, it will scan our entirely what is the libraries issues is there, whatever the things it is, the exposure, whatever the critical, high, medium, low, intermediate, everything is there. This entirely it will deploy it, and this usually it will run as a cron job, and this is a separate pipeline. This is Obasti scam and Folco. This is the cron job. It will run every 1 day or every weekly, twice or thrice. It will cron job. It will run continuously, and it will generate the report. It will send to the Slack. Performance testing and functional testing and Obasti scam and Folco testing. These all are the cron jobs. Every monthly 30 times it will run, like monthly 15 times or monthly 10 times. We need to set up this how many days it will run. Usually the Obasti scan and Folco and dependency boards and these all things, it will be usually weekly once. And this Obasti scan, it will every day it will be the run as a cron job. Okay, this cron job everything it will run this report, because deployment, once it will deploy it, right? After deployment, the every day the new versions will become new versions at the if come means, and the old versions it will be expiring, right? At that time it will run, it will identify. Once it will updating here updated, it will give the detailed information means according to there you can update it and export. And the folk also runtime securities everything, every day it will run and executing, and every day it will give the detailed report. Every day the developers will be read that report, and before the logging that site, and they will update the issues, and they will merge the peers. And dependency bot also every weekly once it will run execute. I mean, my organization dependency bot it will run very weekly once. And Obast, dashed scanning and SonarQube and Folco, this is the cron jobs. Every day it will run, and every PR it will run. SonarQube every PR, every push the code it will run, and these two every day at morning at 9 o'clock it will be run this one and send the Slack notification at at the same time. Usually this entire script it will run as a 5 minutes, and this Folco it will run as a 10 minutes, and this one it will run as a 10 minutes or 5 minutes it will run, and it will send this report to the my Slack, and developers will be start the fixing the issues. Okay, and now coming to the runtime securities, and I verify the pods, and the pods is running. This is the UI pod. Okay, as a daemon set, and this is the database type. Like every the Folco means the every daemon set, like it's a 10 nodes is there means 10 pods will be create, and 10 pods will be collect that all logs, all secrets and everything it will collect, and it sending to the admin dashboard. Admin dashboard you will able to access everything. If you watched this episode 8, and at that time you will able to understand the UI, how you able to access everything and everything. Okay, and coming to your deployment critical issues, it will no critical alerts here, everything is passed. Okay, if it is passed means you will able to see your detail everything here. Okay, these are all our things. Now this pipeline is executed. This pipeline is 12 minutes executed, and it's below the 15 minutes only it executed. Now I will able to access this one. Before I'm accessing, I need to open the Kubernetes, and verify the deployment. Okay, admin password, admin I copied. Okay, and I'm go back here. I'm just closing this tab. Okay, I'm just my admin dot agent. Okay, I'm just refreshing. Okay, this is my website is running and agent. Okay, it is executing. Okay, first I need to log in this one. My password. My browser caching is there. That's why. Okay, save here. Okay, these all are the items. These all items is um, by running the script only. It automatically all items it's generated the noodles, veg noodles, everything available to see it. And coming to the orders is right now the order page is 0. Okay, now my browser has a caching issue is there. That's why it is taking that. Okay, wait, I'll open another browser. Okay, it is opening, and I will open one more tab also. See, it's my usually my browsers is continuously local host, and this same domain only I'm deploying multiple applications. That's why the caching problem is there. My all browsers. That's why it will be not. It will take too much of time to load the site. That's why. See, if still this is taking the too much of time. That's why. Okay, no problem. And I'll open the side by side. Okay, this is the my. Okay, first I'll open this one. I will explain this one first. Okay, first we need to log in or sign in. There's no users. That's why first I need to sign in this one. Ashwant and mail ID and password. Okay, and create an account. Okay, I created an account. Now you just go back and open the README file. Now I created an account. Now the details where it will store means the details will be stored on the README file. If you want to check the README file, if you want to check that DynamoDB the my user is created or not means you just run the single command. You'll able to see that the user is created or not in the it will really stored on the database or not. You will able to see here. Just go back at down at the last. Okay, at the last. Okay, check the registrations in the bash server. Just copy this small command. Okay, clear. You just execute this command. You will able to see. Yeah, see. First one is admin. Admin at the rate food.com email is created on the script. My script automatically. I explained the code right at the time. My script automatically it is created. And second, this my email ID I created right now. This is the user admin dashboard. See the role is admin. It is created as a automatically my Terraform script automatically it's created. But this ID it's created just now. I created now. If I created one more ID also, it automatically will show it the same thing. Wait, I will show you one more ID. Okay, I'm just log out this one. Okay, and okay, I will just create the new user. Ash Ash at the rate. Okay, Ash at the rate agent.com. Agent.cfd. This is our domain, right? Okay, and the password. Okay, I'm just accepting and creating. Okay, now I will just open my one. I will rerun this command. You will able to see them at the time three. See the Ash email ID, and this is the password. And this password, see, this is the encrypted password. And even the passwords also, the who has been deployed the application, who has the company peoples also unable to access this application. This if you tried anything also, you are unable to see that user's password also. Okay, and now I will order the food now. Where is this my site? Yeah. Okay, now I will log out and I will re-log in. I saved the password. That's why it's login. Okay, and see, this is the foods only I hard coded, and it's not hard coded in the code. I automatically run the script. That's why I run the script in the backend. See, I will show you that again the code. Maybe you will be confused. I hard coded or something. Okay, that's why just open this backend speed.js. See, this is the script. This is the total. I run the script. The images is uploaded here. They uploaded the images using that uploaded images, and that script, it's run this script on the database, and this database automatically created here. Okay, and this script only you are able to see on the admin dashboard also. See, these are all the scripts here. Okay, if you remove the here also, you will able to automatically remove here. Okay, now I will be open now. Side by side I can explain. Okay, this is admin dashboard. Okay, now see, now uh, I will remove few things. Delete, delete, delete. Three things I deleted, and I will just refresh. Automatically it will delete it here. See, deleted the few items here. Okay, now I will order some food here. Order, order. Okay, few things I ordered. Okay, and now coming to the, I'll order some pasta, and I'll order some noodles. Few things I ordered, and now go to the cart. Okay, this is the total, and my bill is $82, and delivery fees is $2. Okay, total $82 my bill. If you have any coupon code, you can update the coupon code here and subscribe. If you know coupon code means, if you some randomly if you type also, it will not able to submit, because the original coupon code only have to do it. That coupon code it will generate on the admin dashboards. And then coming to the payment, see, here you need to give your name and email ID and street, and some random street, and city, some random street, state, random, pin code, some random. For mobile number also I've given some random. Okay, and proceed payment. No, not now. Okay, here I added the API, right? This API, it will automatically, it will show that this API details and everything. If I paid here any amount, see, in Indian currency, this is my amount, and this the US dollars is the $82. This, see, this is the Stripe secret API key only, is everything handled. If I add my credentials here, if I paid the amount will be come to here in the home page. The amount will be come to here. Today how much amount, yesterday how much amount is there, everything you will able to see here. If you see here, this, see, last 2 days, this is activated on the July 14th, and it's the July 15th, and that's why it is showing that it's everything. If you they still it is activate only the account. After uploading this video, I will delete this account, and this is a free trial account also, there's no issues. And see, and now I add my email, and I given any Visa, Mastercard, any codes I given, save code and everything, and you can pay the amount. This amount will be stored on the Stripe app, and the Stripe app you have to give your account details and you can transfer to your account details. This is the things, but currently I'm not able to add any secrets. If you tried on your face means, if you pay anything or if you add the credentials, you can wrong pin you can enter, it automatically fail the payment. If you pin the right pin, if you enter also, the amount will be transferred to the Stripe API, and there too you have to transfer everything. Okay, the bill is $82 minimum. The order is only almost $14. There is a no $1 amount also is there. Everything is $12, $20 is there. That's why I'm not paying here right now. Okay, now if you open the admin dashboard in the orders, see there's nothing is there because I didn't order anything here. Okay, if I click here, payment fail, I'll show you. Okay, go for the menu. Okay, I ordered the few things and I've just go back and okay, and now proceed payment. No thanks. Okay, and I choose the dollars and bank, and see even Amazon Pay also is there. Just accept and link this one because I don't want to link this one. Okay, you can choose the Amazon Pay also. You can give your Amazon email ID and password, it will sync that one and you can pay that one amount also. And there's a cash and delivery is not there. I need to update the cash and delivery at the time also. Yeah, okay, cash app on pay is there. Okay, okay, there's a no QR is there. There's only card and the few things is there. Okay, I'm just closing this app. Unable to order anything because okay, and see. And now if you go back again and go to the admin dashboard and just refresh and food and order, I didn't place anything order, that's why its order is not there. If you go here and if I added anything, okay, food and random and message and salads are $20 and add record. Okay, and next refresh. Okay, first I need to log in. Okay, I didn't log in. Okay, admin. What's my passwords? Admin at the rate 123 and login. Upload some random images. Okay, so load 22 and add. Okay, these items will be add to the in admin dashboard. Okay, I'm closing this admin dashboard now. Now open this one. Okay, usually it will take some time to admin. Okay, and okay, this is the project. And now if you open the Kubernetes cluster and we can run the Folco commands also and go here and redeployment file. Okay, yeah, now Kubernetes logs, everything done. Okay, this is the all commands. If you want to check the uh, daemon set, just open and you can just run that one. Okay, this is the pods, clear. Okay, this is the Folgo, one node is there, one pod is running. Okay, and next, if you want to see some alerts, this is the some alerts. And next, if you want to check any critical alerts or warnings is there, means you need to check this command. Okay, and now if you want to access, you can use the port forwarding. Okay, this is the entire concepts. And okay, now I hope you understood entire concepts. Now I'm closing this section. And if you want to destroy this entire project in one single click, you can just go for the GitHubs and workflows and go for the Terraform and view run and go here and click destroy and type S. It will destroy everything, and in the summary you will able to see the detailed information. Okay, and even EC2 instance load balancers in the certificate manager and whatever you created in the manual S3 bucket, DynamoDB, certificate manager, root 53, and OpenID Connect and IAM role. These six things you created in the manually, and these six things you need to delete manually. And remaining everything you will able to GitHub Actions automatically it will delete. Okay, and I'm closing, and this secret managers I'm closing. Okay, okay, now I will update this API keys. Okay, it update it automatically. Okay, now DevSecOps Zero to Hero complete series is completed. Even the project also 2 days is completed. If you have any doubts in this project or if you are stuck anywhere, just feel free to message me in the LinkedIn. I will be reply, and I'm closing this section right now. Bye bye. See you.